The story is about Lana, a high school teacher who leads a quiet life with her husband and young daughter. However, that tranquility begins to fade one day during a test for her students, when the new student, Benny, stares fixedly at her. Lana feels the intensity of his gaze, which hides something that she does not yet know how to decipher. Later, she runs into Benny when going to pick up her daughter from school. She feels strange and captivated upon realizing that she feels an interest in him. During another class, Lana evaluates a presentation, a moment in which a student uses her cell phone brazenly. Despite Lana's calls for attention, the young woman continues using it, which leads the teacher to confiscate it. This causes the student to become angry and insult her. Lana does not hesitate to confront her, but the student insults her again. Annoyed, Lana sends her to the principal's office while the other students laugh. Benny, on the other hand, remains serious and visibly disgusted. Upon leaving, Lana observes from the teacher's lounge window how Benny approaches the rude student to throw the objects from her backpack, in addition to throwing her bicycle. It is a warning for her not to insult the teacher again. Doubts flood Lana's mind, and she asks a colleague about Benny's behavior in her class. A colleague answers that he is a good and quiet boy, but that answer does not satisfy Lana, so she questions whether Benny has ever looked at her strangely or in an intense way, but her colleague does not understand what she is referring to, which leads Lana to drop the subject so as not to seem like a crazy person. Subsequently, Lana decides to call Benny at the end of class to talk alone in the classroom. Benny, surprised by the approach, asks her what she wants, to which Lana expresses her concern about his integration with his classmates. Next, she places a hand on the young man's leg while offering him help. This gesture gives Benny the green light, and he adopts a flirtatious posture to ask what she really wants from him. Lana becomes nervous upon confirming that Benny feels attracted to her, so she withdraws with a silly excuse about a meeting. One day after class, Lana notices that Benny has left his backpack lying on the floor with the zipper open, so several things have fallen out. While picking up the items, she realizes that there is a shirt inside, and without thinking, she smells it, only to quickly put it away afterward. Unable to understand her feelings for Benny, she goes to the bathroom to think over what she did, only to be stunned when she finds him waiting there for her. Certain the teacher wants him, Benny starts groping her and tries to kiss her. In a moment of lucidity, Lana moves away for fear of being seen and asks him not to let that happen again, since they are playing with fire. At night, while lying next to her husband, Lana cannot sleep thinking about what happened and the desire she feels for her student. At dawn, she resumes her routine of going to school, where Benny follows her through the hallways and tries to invite her to meet after class. She, however, asks him to forget her. After that response, Lana notices that they have damaged her car's rearview mirror. In another class, while the students fill out a sheet as if they were looking for employment, Benny asks if it is necessary to become intimate with the principal to work at the school. When Lana scolds him, he asks her if she enjoyed doing so, provoking laughter among the students. Angry, she takes his backpack out of the classroom as a sign that she is expelling him from the class. However, the other students throw an eraser at Lana, and she is the one who finally decides to leave. As if he wanted to drive her crazy, Lana begins to receive calls on her home phone from a stranger, who she is sure is Benny, who only breathes on the other side of the receiver. Next day, she fears entering the classroom, so she pretends to be sick to leave school. This situation repeats itself, so in order for her husband not to suspect that she is not working, she decides to go for a walk in an art gallery. To her surprise, she feels an intense gaze, so upon turning around she finds Benny, who is watching her fixedly. In a hurry, she tries to move away from him, but the boy follows her through the empty hallways of the gallery. In an attempt to escape, she takes random paths and finally enters an elevator. When the doors are about to close, Benny stops them with his hands and enters the elevator. With an intense look, he asks her to return to school, since he misses her. And he touches her, causing Lana to feel a strong attraction to him and desire to kiss him. Benny, thinking he is Christian Grey, prevents her from kissing him because he wants to be the one to control the situation. In the next scene, Lana arrives at the school with a mission. Therefore, she enters unseen into the room where important documents are kept, including the final exams and their respective answers. Cautiously, she looks for the file that corresponds to her English class, breaks the envelope, takes the file, and leaves the torn envelope as evidence of a theft. Then, she leaves as if nothing happened. During lunch, she goes to the area where the students hang their coats and carefully puts the stolen file inside Benny's jacket. In the afternoon, she feels bad, but at the same time believes that she has done the right thing to protect her reputation and her family. Next day, Lana watches from the teacher's lounge as Benny is apprehended by school security for stealing the exam answers. an act that carries severe consequences for the student in question. In that instant, both make eye contact, and Lana cannot help but sketch a small smile of satisfaction. Her action has guaranteed the boy's expulsion, which causes her relief, temporarily. One day, while she is out with her daughter Raya at a bookstore to buy a gift, the little girl becomes capricious and asks for a toy. Enraged, Lana decides to leave and heads for the door. However, upon realizing that Raya has not followed her, she returns to look for her, but the girl is no longer in the store. After an hour of looking for her, she turns to the authorities, who review the surveillance cameras with her. Upon observing the images, Lana becomes frightened to see that Benny was following them, which makes her think that he has something to do with her daughter's disappearance. However, she feels unable to speak, since involving the young man would bring her affair to light, putting her at risk of being taken to prison for having slept with a minor. Suddenly, the phone rings. It is her husband who informs her that Raya has arrived home on her own. Relieved, Lana hangs up to apologize to those who helped her. Back home, Lana is so nervous due to Benny that she does not even scold her daughter for the anguish she caused her. At night, Lana wakes up to a noise and gets up to investigate. Upon arriving in the living room, she realizes that someone is opening the patio door. She yells to scare the person, who escapes. With anguish, she approaches to close the door and remembers the time she was at a motel with Benny, revealing that both spent a night together. This memory makes her distance herself from her husband. Notices that she is distracted, but does not suspect any infidelity. Fed up with the physical and psychological harassment that Benny imposes on her, one morning, Lana decides to follow him by car while he rides his motorcycle. She follows him through diverse streets until arriving at a little-traveled road. There, full of rage for all the chaos that Benny has brought into her life, she decides to crash her car into him, causing the teenager to have an accident. Lana cannot believe what she has just done, nor how far the situation of having slept with a problematic minor has taken her. In the last scene, she stops the car and gets out to apparently help the boy, whose state of health is uncertain. Moral of the story: don't play with fire, much less with problematic students. Now choose another video, or you could end up like Benny.